Hi, my name is Nitya Jacob, and my pronouns are she, her, and hers. I am a professor of biology at Oxford College, which is a 2-year undergraduate division of Emory University, located in the Atlanta area in Georgia. Emory University and Oxford College campuses reside on the lands of the Muskogee Creek people. I want to welcome you to the Ambassador Training Program, also known as the ATP. Thank you for your commitment to the Pulse Ambassador Program and participating in this 3-day workshop, which you will either experience in person or virtually. This video is to introduce you to the expectations and objectives of the ATP. I also want to take this opportunity to thank you for your commitment to the Pulse Ambassador Program. By completing this training, you are also indicating your willingness to add your name to the roster of trained Pulse Ambassadors. And in the future, you will be invited to join an ambassador team to conduct an Ambassador Campus workshop. So I'd like to review the goal of the Ambassador Training Program, or ATP. The goal of this program is to introduce you, the participant, to the format of a Pulse Ambassador Campus workshop so that you might be prepared to be able to facilitate one of these workshops for departmental transformation. I also want to clarify some terminology here. We prefer the terminology Ambassador Campus Workshop rather than Ambassador Visit, because it better conveys the type of activity we will be conducting when we do these workshops. The overall outcome of this training program is that by the end of this 3-day workshop, you will be able to organize and facilitate a campus workshop and be an effective member of an ambassador team. So as an ATP participant, we expect that you will be leaving with the following outcomes. You will understand the content of these workshop sessions. You will have an opportunity to engage in the activities of an ambassador and also experience what participants experience in our workshops. And you will also have time to reflect and provide feedback on the ATP experience. As a participant of the ATP, you're training to become a facilitator of an Ambassador Campus workshop. So it's important to review the goals of an Ambassador Campus workshop. The main goal of our workshops is to engage faculty of an institution in critical dialogue to build their vision for the future and their goals for transformation over time using an organizational change framework. And our activities in our workshop help them to do this. We're also connecting the department's faculty with key resources of the Pulse community at large. It is important to clarify ahead of time with the host institution that our workshop is not a pedagogy training workshop. We are spending time with the faculty so that they can understand the value of synergy and creative tension to be able to generate positive outcomes towards change. And it's very important to clarify that before you get there so that faculty are prepared to understand the type of work that they will be involved in. Our workshops are divided into 6 modules. These modules were originally created by Brian Fitch of Value Unlimited, who was our consultant for our project in the early stages of its development. We have since modified these modules to better fit what we're trying to do with life science departments and STEM departments. On this slide, you can see the content of our modules. We have color-coded them for your understanding. The 3 that are color-coded in blue are content modules, and these will consist of some short presentations and short activities with the participants. The modules that are color-coded in green are process modules. In these modules, the participants will generate products. Participants generate 3 products from our campus workshop: a vision of the future state of their department or program, a list of barriers, and an action plan. And we encourage them to generate these products through a process of divergent and convergent thinking and making sure that there's accountability for implementing the action plan. The processes and tools that our campus workshop engages them in, including establishing some ground rules, help them continue that constructive dialogue with each other even beyond the workshop. Now that we've reviewed the goals of an Ambassador Campus workshop, we can talk a little bit more about the format of the ATP workshop. The ATP workshop has a very parallel nature with the campus workshop. In other words, the ATP facilitators will basically be running through the campus workshop modules with you, the participants of the ATP, and you will be learning by demonstration and participation in the process. You will see how these products are generated, and you will have time to ask questions about the facilitation process, have some discussion and reflection. We will be leaving you with a very important resource, the Ambassador Guidebook, which will prepare you to be able to facilitate a future Ambassador Campus workshop. So for the ATP experience, you essentially will have to have 3 mindsets or roles, which sometimes can get a little confusing. For the bulk of the workshop, you're actually experiencing it as if you were a department member at a host institution. And the ATP facilitators would represent the ambassador team that has come to your institution to deliver our workshop. And so as a participant, you will have a chance to really see what it must feel like for a department member to be exposed to the content of our modules. And you'll also at the same time be observing how the facilitator is able to conduct a particular module. And so you will also have the mindset of a future ambassador and thinking about how you might facilitate a particular module as you're observing it. And as an ambassador in training, of course, we expect that your mind is going to be very busy with questions, reflection, and feedback, and we will have time to make room for all of this. Here is a breakdown of the ATP schedule, the details for which you will also have in your training materials. You can see that the modules are broken down over a course of 3 days, and you will have time to experience the module, but also engage in discussion and reflection. We have time for community building, which is very important for us as ambassadors, but also something that we want to be able to convey to the host institution as well. And finally, you will learn all about the logistics that are involved in recruiting and host institution for an Ambassador Campus workshop, how the team is assembled, and how we go from that to actually being ready to facilitate a campus workshop. So here's a reminder of the outcomes that we are hoping you will achieve at the end of this workshop. And we are excited to work with you and energize with the ATP along with you. And finally, I want to make sure I thank our sponsors. The Ambassador Campus workshops and ATPs would not have been possible without funding from the National Science Foundation. Our pilot work was funded by an NSF EAGER grant, and our network expansion was funded by an NSF RCN UBE grant. Our work is inspired by the Vision and Change reports from AAAS. We'd like to thank the Howard Hughes Medical Institute for their support, especially in hosting Pulse meetings, including ambassador meetings. And finally, we want to thank the large group of Pulse ambassadors that are always ready to get the work done and deliver these modules to a host institution. We're eager for you to join that group, and we look forward to our work together. Thank you.